modern day masculine man, take one.
Ooh, what makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight, a modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills, and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't break you, are not me, and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Woo!
Welcome. Come one, come all. Don't stand up, don't slip, don't fall. It's another motherfucking, what we calling this shit?
Tough Talk Tuesday.
No, Tough Talk Tuesdays. I'm gone. I done already had that sage in me. I'm doing a little dance, and we ready to make a little love, get down tonight.
Come on, man.
I'm here another Tuesday with my guy, Trav P. Tough Talk Tuesdays, man. What's going on with you tonight, bro?
Man, I feel good, man. Just ready to have a good moment, man, and be powerful in what we're doing.
Yeah, man, we missed last week. Third Tuesday of the month, we do inventory at the job. So we missed last week, man. Man, it's been so much going on since last week. I don't even know where to start, man. I'm still in this phase of what I said was going to be known as the Great Black Confusion. And it seemed like week by week, more by more, they fucking with us.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I watched this guy, Gavin Newsom, governor of California. He's supposed to be running for president with AOC. Yeah. Now, AOC, that's the Spanish girl. She's worse than Kamala Harris. But this guy come out yesterday, and we ain't going to get into too much politics, but if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it. This guy sat on stage with his legs crossed, kicked back. Yeah, you know, when I was growing up, I wasn't that smart in school. I made a 960 on the SAT, and I can't read neither. I'm just like you. Talking to black people, they are so far out of touch. And I think black people don't understand how far out of touch they are when they think that don't offend us. It's one thing for somebody to come to your house, right? And for me, I'm going to tell you something about me. I don't care how close we are, and I've been knowing you. When I come to your house first time, and you say, man, get your cold beer out the refrigerator. For some reason, I don't go in folks' refrigerator the first time I'm in the house. I don't know what it is about me. It's like, it's my first time here. Man, give me a beer. Man, get you one out the refrigerator. Nah, man. I went back and forth with people, and they be like, you don't want no beer? I said, yeah, I want a beer. Get you one. Nah, man, get it for me. Man, get you a damn beer. You at home, man. Da, 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 da. And there's something about me. Before long, I'll say, man, I don't go in folks' refrigerator the first time I'm at their house. When I get invited back, that's when I feel welcome at home. And I don't know if that's something my grandfather put in me, but when I was a kid and people used to say, my grandma said, you welcome. My granddad said, I don't know if the motherfucker welcome yet. Yeah. My granddaddy would say, when I invite him back again, he welcome. You see what I'm saying? So it's like something about me that says I ain't going in your refrigerator. I don't go in my wife's pocketbook. I'm trying to come up with a scenario that black people know ain't right. Like when you was with your mama and she take you over your auntie house or one of her friends' house, my grandma used to tell me, if they offer you something to eat, tell them you don't want none. You know what I'm saying? Almost like you ain't gonna look like you hungry everywhere you go. And everywhere we go, and they offer me something to eat, I look up at my grandma. And then they said, boy, you can have something if you don't want nothing. I'd be like, no, ma'am. So the point I'm making is this guy don't know to say, I made a 960 on the SAT. I can't read like y'all. He don't know that's offensive. Not only don't he know he offensive, he think he really down with the get down saying that shit. I made a motherfucking 1160 on the SAT my freshman year in high school, and they was like, "You taking it again?" I was like, "No." They said you need to make a 900 to go to college. I ain't even take this shit again. But man, how do they say the things they say to us, not knowing it's offensive, and we still don't ever get upset? The bitch from New York said black kids don't know what a computer is. What you think about that shit they got said? But look, this is fucked up shit. Black people got upset. And instead of this motherfucker saying, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, y'all took it out of context, his response was, well, damn, Trump put a monkey on Barack, y'all ain't say nothing. I was just talking about my dyslexia. Now, we know this man won't talk about no dyslexia. But then I've seen him in other interviews talk about how well he can read, how well versed he is. So I'm just like, when do we get tired and say, what's going on with us, Trav? What,
man, it's
syndrome that bad. What's going on with us?
Yeah, it's Black History Month, man. I did an experiment last week, and I'm gonna do it right now. Fuck Trump. Trump ain't shit. Trump a racist motherfucker. If I just start off with that and say any goddamn thing after that, and people go say, yeah. So when you've been trained to be triggered by certain ideas, and all we know is Trump is the racist, and we lose our identity, we lose who we are. See, we every goddamn thing. We Democrats. We all of this shit. So now you get white folk playing with you because they got your attention thinking hate over there. But see, they still white folk being white folk. But the line done got blurred. See, you think y'all the same now. So now they playing with you. Right? And that's where we at. And we're getting triggered by who we think is racism. Is racism real? Let me tell you something, man. It can't never die. Because it's a part of someone's survival. That shit innately in them for a reason. It's in me for a reason. It's a part of survival. If they lock 50 families in a dome, and don't let nobody out and nobody in, and they say for 100 years, this will be a social experiment. In 100 years, we'll lift off the dome. If the white man don't have a system of separation, it's a possibility that he can't survive in exactly who he is in the moment. It's part of their survival. So it can't exist. It can't not exist. So we got to stop having these unrealistic fucking ideals of something that ain't real. Let me tell you some real shit. 3,000 years ago, a chicken came to a man in Thailand. And man been eating that motherfucker ever since. And it ain't nothing that 3 chickens can communicate with each other. I watched 3 chickens today at a stop sign in a Mexican yard. So it ain't nothing they can goddamn say 3,000 years later to stop man from eating his ass. It's part of our survival. If you expect a fish to climb a tree, you're going to always be disappointed. God damn, y'all, it's Black History Month.
And you know what, man? This is why I say again, I wish they would have never let niggas on TV, radio, the movies, or professional sports. This guy is going on his primary run, and I think he gonna drop out of the presidential race because that was just so fucking stupid. He's sitting down with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Did you see that?
No, I ain't see that.
He's sitting down with Steve Jackson and Matt Barnes. First of all, I can't stand that motherfucking big tooth ass Steven Jackson. I hated him ever since that fucking George Floyd bullshit went down. But he's sitting there talking to them with his legs crossed. Yeah, man. I used to get home from school, go in there and get a stack of Wonder Bread, peanut butter and jelly, standing outside by myself, shooting a little hoop because my daddy wanted in my life. You know, I was out there and I was eating peanut butter jelly, watching cartoons, Latchkey Kid, and then I would shoot a little ball and throw the football up against the house. And for long, I got good in sports, and my daddy came back around. You know, that he ain't want me unless I was in this motherfucker a billionaire. Steven Jackson said, damn, you sound like the white Steven Jackson. He like, yeah, I know where the struggle come from. And I'm sitting here saying, now, did you not do your research on this man before he came? Do you not know that this man was inherited, his father was a billionaire? Or do you know this and you letting him sit up there and talk about how poor he grew up just because you a goddamn, that's your job as an athlete? Because I know at some point Ali or Kareem or Jim Brown or somebody would have said, hey, man, cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. We fucking with you, but cut it out, man. You ain't eating no goddamn peanut butter and surf sandwiches, man. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. We know you had your father growing up, but they sat there and kowtowed and clapped them on and cheered them on like, yeah, man, we know how it is to be poor just like you. And I sat there and I said to myself at that point in time, I said, wow, our black athletes used to stand up for us, but this was in an era where they still couldn't go into the goddamn restaurants. They still couldn't stay in a hotel. So their celebrity didn't supersede their person. You see what I'm saying? There was a time when Bill Russell won 11 championships straight with the Celtics, and I was watching him. They made that motherfucker sleep on the bus half the time.
Come on.
So he was always going to speak up. He won't, but see, they made it so good for the athlete. They made it so good for the celebrity. They made it so good. It's like making the house nigga life so good that if, you know, house nigga, only thing they got to do is maybe steal a biscuit out the kitchen. But that biscuit out the kitchen, boy, that was good. They might could steal a little flour, little sugar, make a pie on the weekend. How the house nigga get that pie? You know he's stealing out the kitchen. Nobody tell on the house nigga because nobody don't want to get the smallest little sliver of pie. So they made it so good that we just sit back and they get this man and they stamp this man. But you said something that I've always said and black people seem to get mad about. Not too long ago, one of my homegirls that I was real cool with, my wife knew her. I don't want to call her a side chick. She was just a friend of the family. You know what I'm saying? My wife do her hair. I knew her from college. She would come home from homecoming, take me and my wife out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? They was cool. My wife knew our relationship. And one day we was in a situation and, you know, she was trying to get me to calm down. And I said, listen, you ain't my wife. And it tore her up. It tore her all to pieces inside. But I said, you ain't my wife. You'll never be my wife. You're not even a side chick. And the point I'm making is this. It tore her up. But Trav, the white man brought us over here to be slaves and nothing else. And like you said, it is pertinent, key to their survival to keep being like they are. Now, some of them are going to be like, look, I ain't thinking about niggas. And some of them going to cater to niggas. But at the end of the day, both of them are caring about their own survival. So it's a situation where when you said that shit, man, why would we even expect them to be any motherfucking different? Only thing they can't do now is hang us.
Man.
Hang us like they used to. But why would them motherfuckers change the game up? And it's no different than the lock that black people got on professional sports, the NBA and the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Why would we change the game up? Like you got all these motherfucking Europeans coming in and they talking about the Europeans got fundamentals and we want more fundamentals. And the niggas like, motherfucker, we can jump over these Europeans. We ain't changing our motherfucking game up. We want to dominate basketball. But that when you said that shit, man, it's just key to the chicken survival. to the Vietnamese, what you said, Thailand, it's key to his survival to eat chicken. And you can come up with all the goddamn national black chicken caucuses you want to. They gonna eat some goddamn fried chicken, man.
Yeah. Well, even on that chicken part, them wasn't just words. The evolution of chicken began 3,000 years ago in Thailand. When the jungle fowl came and evolved to a chicken, and he showed himself to a man. And I'm just saying, way in Thailand, they in a Mexican yard next door. So I'm just saying, like you say, we don't know how the game got to be, but the game is real, and the chicken got a position in the game, and we don't give a fuck how the chicken feel. You understand what I'm saying? We eat it to survive. So, but I'm saying this, man, it's Black History Month. There was a time during this month we were said loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Black and white is American construct. This ain't deep. Black and white is an American construct. Black history started at the shores. Beyond the shores, beyond 16 or 20, around that time or whenever we reach the shores, it becomes African history in a diaspora way. But something real happened on the shores that cultivated one of the most powerful people in history. I'm talking about just technology ain't but 100 years old. And 100 years ago, the niggas, babies, became the most smartest people on planet Earth and invented all these things. This is what we teaching our children this month about who we are. But all the way now, we don't know that no more. We want to be everything. We want to be any goddamn thing.
And there's so many things that happen.
Let me say this, though, man. Let me say this. But that's why, to answer your question, why are we so confused? See, man, we all grew up with grandmamas that had 9 kids, and them 9 kids had goddamn 108 grandkids. And I'm talking about we would all go to grandma's house. Man, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Man, I'm one of the most populous people in the city. I ain't saying that egotistically. I'm saying I had cousins in every neighborhood damn near you could think of in the city, and our bloodline was real. So no matter where I went, I was accepted and met the leaders. So in Food Line, no matter where, my children say, Daddy, how you know so many people? This ain't deep. So we knew who we was regardless of what identity you went to get when you went to college. No matter what identity you got when you went to church. No matter what identity you got any goddamn well. We knew who we was beyond words. Now we any goddamn thing and they playing with us.
And they watch it. They watch it. It's a situation where you were saying we anything. I was talking today. When I was in Japan, the street food that they sold was entrails, animal chitlins, hearts, tongues. And Japan is the most, I was actually in Tokyo. Tokyo is the richest city in the world, and it's the most technologically advanced city in the world. And them motherfuckers on the side of the street, cup of chitlins, beef heart, cow tongue. And I was sitting there, and I was looking at the guy. I said, man, and Japanese, they pride themselves on being very intelligent. Like them motherfuckers will tell you the wrong directions if they don't know it. They don't never say, I don't know. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the guy, and I said, man, y'all got chitlins. I said, y'all got that from black people in America. He said, he said, Japanese eat pig when African didn't eat pig. And I got to thinking. And you think about those Muslim countries in the Middle East and North Africa, them motherfuckers ain't eat no pork. This is before slavery. So he was saying the Japanese was eating pig and pork and chitlins and shit and frying fish, chicken and shit before black people ever did it. And then my homeboy is making this documentary about chitlins. And Black people actually the last people that start eating chitlins. But we swear up and down, we'll take our biggest misfortune because we had to eat the leftover chitlins and turn that into, we created chitlins and we created eating pig stomach because we had to. No, motherfucker. Every culture on this earth, the poor man that raised animals or caught animals ate the fucking entrails and sold the best cuts of meat. And that's what the white man did. Ate the best cuts of the pig and the cow and gave us the leftovers. We think we invented that. What I'm simply saying is there's a lot of stuff that black people have done as just a direct result of surviving. So get what I'm saying. If you're the worker group, who gonna work? Technology's job is tech and knowledge. It's to make work easier. So if you a slave, you goddamn right you gonna invent a cotton gin. You sick of picking goddamn cotton. You will figure out and manifest a way in your head that said, shit, master got that wheel up there. Goddamn shit, I don't know nothing about no electricity. I don't know nothing about no goddamn nothing. All I know is my goddamn back hurting, and I've been looking at them motherfuckers' hands moving, picking that goddamn cotton. And before you know it, Eli Whitney done came up with some shit. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we've invented was out of survival. So what I'm saying is, there's a saying, and women get mad when I say this. They say, having a baby is the closest thing to death. I say, it can't be closer than getting shot in the head or hit by an 18-wheeler. This some shit y'all made up. Having a baby is natural, and you gonna have that bitch, or you gonna die. That baby coming out your motherfucking body. And so women take something that they do natural that they got to do. You can't hold a baby in your body. It start contracting. Now, you can scream and and some people have said, cut all that goddamn screaming out. They had babies easier than that. We don't give a fuck about all that. But guess what? That motherfucking baby coming out of you. So it's like they've attributed having a baby to strength, like it's something that they can do. There's something they can do. And that's what black people are doing. We're taking a survival lifestyle and everything we surviving off it. People really looking at us and say, how them niggas ain't depressed? Why they ain't killing the white man? Why they ain't overtook the country? Well, they just surviving. And our dance and our songs and the things we do to get along, somehow the world said, I like that shit. Man. I watched this documentary on Howlin' Wolf today, Trav, and they was talking about the blues. And they said, what's the blues? That motherfucker said, when you ain't got nothing. When you ain't got nothing, when all your money gone and your woman don't love you no more. That's the blues. Now, think about this, Trav. How many black men back in that era, fresh out of slavery, didn't have a job, didn't have nothing going for them, scared of the white man, and the woman leave him, and that motherfucker sat around and said, my baby left me, no, I don't know. And that shit turned into one of the best sounds of music ever. Out of sheer goddamn, I'm hurting, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
We're doing a lot of stuff as a result of survival and pain that the world is looking at, and just because the world like it don't mean it's right. Why do we have to sing the blues? Why do we have to sing the blues? Well, because we was motherfucking blue. If they want to pressing us so hard, we wouldn't have came up with the blues. And then after a while, we came up with rhythm and blues to where it used to just be blues sitting around there. And then they put a beat behind it. My bitches ain't leaving. My woman. And before you know, we got R. Kelly and Chris Brown.
Yeah.
These things are being birthed out of pain and survival, and we acting like we just sitting around analyzing shit. Yeah, let's create the blues. That'll be the best music ever.
Yeah. Man,
I know that was a lot.
No, you said a lot, man, and I want to go way back. I want to come through even what you saying about the food in a sense. Man, I said some real shit 3,000 years ago. A chicken came to man in Thailand. Now, in 2026, through the struggles of black culture emerging, we've been tied to chicken. Can't nobody fry chicken like black people. Every Sunday, chicken, when we die, chicken becomes a part of our ritual. Chicken is the foundation of soul food. See, we tied to the chicken. But chicken came to a man 3,000 years ago in Thailand. And I understand that every black man in every hood go buy Chinese chicken by the pound. And ain't nobody in no city selling more chicken than the Chinese man. Because the chicken came to a China man or Asian man in Thailand. Truth is always real. And I'm gonna get a world some game. Get a Chinese recipe and put a black sticker on it and watch you be the greatest black frying chicken motherfucker in the world if you can make yours taste like Chinese chicken.
Them motherfuckers put a crispy on that goddamn wing that is
I'm giving you game, but the game ain't even hidden. It's right in your face because chicken came to a man in Thailand 3,000 years ago. It belongs to the Asian man. That's why he served it like he served it, still to this day. But I'm saying, when we come on up, man, and we realize how this thing here working, the black man is an American creation. And they show this for the world. Every 4 years, they have an Olympics. This transatlantic slave trade happened all over the world, but America is the youngest child from the most powerful family on planet Earth. If you want to know the earth or the family, you go chase the red, the white, and the blue. Anywhere you see that, that is the family, and America is the youngest daughter, and she has the best. So much that they created a new world in her name. And they said she will have the best. So every 4 years, she puts herself in a competition, and anything that her blacks in, we win. Got the best. We built the strongest nation with the best. We invented all technology throughout the world. We compete with Asia and China because we cultivated the best. It's who he is. A diamond is the most precious jewel. We understand that the diamond comes out of pressure. Bobby Womack is one of our greatest blues singers. They got him hooked on the needle, hooked on the pen. I'm talking about pumping it in him. If you think you're lonely now, baby, yeah, wait until tonight, girl. Man, that shit was in his soul because heroin was kicking his ass and money couldn't save him. And he knew he was causing his family pain. And he was singing from a place that people can't understand as a goddamn man. And every time he would try to climb out of that, they say, Bobby, it's time for a new album. Put that needle back in your goddamn arm and give me that pain so our greatness in the history comes out of pressure. That's the soul in us.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure, goddammit.
Trav, you just kicked on to something, like I said, growing up in church. I grew up in church, and I remember going to services where they would have what's called testimonial service on Sundays after the church 10 to 1. And they would have the singing after church, which was like the old local men in the quartet that smoked reefer, that hose. They had their little quartet. Well, I learned to lean on and trust in the Lord. Oh, and I trust him. And them niggas up there with their guitars and da-da-da-da-da. And in between each song, they would let somebody do what's called a testimony. And these would be what I felt like should be happy times. We in there worshiping the Lord, and people would stand up and they would tell the worst Thank
Come on.
I don't know what that was. That's the devil.
Boy, good God, oh goddamn mighty. Come on, baby. But it's necessary. Shit, we still alive too.
Good shit.
Yeah, work to it.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
So basically, they would be revving themselves up for pain. That or the testimony is, I woke up this morning, my feet was hurting, but God said, still go to church. You know what I'm saying? And they would tell the most worst story. So let me give you a quick example. I woke up this morning and I looked over and my wife was dead. And I said, Lord, before I call this morgue, I need to go see the church house. I need to go see the Lord. And then they were just talking. You know, my wife been there. And then all of a sudden, my wife died this morning. My wife died this morning. It's like they need to hype. You know what I'm saying? It's like listening to a Tupac song. They're never taking. I used to listen to that Tired of the Pain from that Above the Rim soundtrack. Boy, that shit used to get Chris, she coming in here. That Pain from Tupac used to get me going. And it's like you ever see a woman going through something and she said, let me get some ice cream and sit around and listen to some sad songs. They want to feel good in that pain and wallow in that pain. And that's what we be doing, wallowing in pain. But boy, that's your good. Man, my bitch left me. I want to wallow in some This shit froze for some reason.
Yeah, it look like I'm freezing on your end? Yeah, we good. I hear you though. Come on. We good. Come on. Yeah.
What you got there, Trav? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm
good on this end now.
Yeah, I'm good. All
right, go ahead and take it over. I don't know if you heard me. My last point was we actually celebrate and revel in our pain.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell a story about how I understood the pain part. I remember when I started hooking up my system in my car. I was a teenager, and all I ever heard was the bigger the amp, the stronger the amp, the more boom you gonna get. And I kept on coming by ways of stronger amps. And when I finally got that big old punch, 1000, that thing was dropping. But every time it would drop, I would blow a fuse. Poof. And man, I kept on doing it right. I was checking. I said, man, I can't be doing nothing wrong, but I kept on blowing a fuse. So somebody said, well, man, you're going to have to take it to the shop, Trav. So I took it to the shop. And I said, man, I know I ain't doing nothing wrong. So the guy called me back in the shop. He said, let me teach you something. I normally don't teach you, but I'm going to teach you because I understand what you're doing. And he said, look at this ground wire. He said, man, you see that little old ground wire? He said, let me show you the ground wire you're supposed to have. He gave me a big 10 gauge. I had a 12 gauge. He said, man, you pushing so much power that you ain't grounding your system. He said, the much power you got to have just as much negative to harness it and hold it down. If you ain't, it's going to blow out. He said, you understand that? So I understood that, and I realized It's either real to everybody or it ain't real to nobody at all. See, pressure, pain. Like you say, it's Black History Month. Like you spoke on earlier, what did our inventions come out of? It was a nigger rig. It was a nigger making a rig to use his mind, the confidence within each other in themselves to say, we got to find a better way. Not for money, not for approval, but to say, this is killing us. We got to find a better way. Through that pressure, through that pain, that's what grounded us. See the power of our tenacity, the power of them niggas. Talking about my grandmama and her mama that had 9 babies, still worked, still loved all of them, still loved all their children. You want to question, is evolution real? You goddamn right. We done evolved into something whole way different than a nigga. Ain't none of us niggas no more. So when you hear nigga, you think of honor when you hear that fucking word. That's honor in them people. We ain't them no more. We done forgot who the fuck they was. And that ain't deep. Don't nobody on this live looking at me. I ain't gonna say nobody because that's absolute, but I'm gonna say majority of people looking at me don't know their grandmama on their maternal or father side 3 times back. That ain't a long time ago. They dead. Don't nobody know their name no more.
But Trav, this would kill me. We'd rather go to Africa. We'd rather go to Africa and learn history. I was talking to a brother today. I said, hey, listen, man, you got family members that live on the other side of town that you different than. You got family members that live in one state over, and y'all grew up at the same era, same time, under the same government. Y'all one state over, and you can't get along, and you're different. So you want to go back and identify with a motherfucker across the continent, across the ocean, a 23-hour flight from 500,000 years ago. That's who you going to go find as your ancestor relative motherfucker. Think about this, Trav. You got niggas from once you cross, like say, for example, my homeboys that I went to Charlotte with, I used to always say, y'all niggas from Charlotte love some goddamn colors, man. Charlotte was closer to Atlanta than Durham. You know what I'm saying? When I was in college, we didn't wear no yellow shirts, orange shirts, green and shit. Niggas from Charlotte wore orange, green. They wore a lot of colors. And I said, well, that's closer to Atlanta. It's if you going south, Charlotte is the biggest thing to Atlanta, then Miami. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the point I'm making is, I got relatives that used to come down from New York and New Jersey, and they look at the South like, ew. But this your grandma. Ew, I don't want to eat that. Ew, I don't want to eat that. So you mean to tell me niggas can be that much different growing up in the same era, but 2 states over, and you want to identify with a fucking African from 5,000, 6,000 years ago, and you don't want to deal with all the Africans. You want to identify with some Egyptian motherfuckers, the smart shit. So that's what I say about us. We cherry picking what we will and want to identify with. You know what I'm saying? It's like we decide what we picked. Like I was talking about the food today. I was like, it's okay. The biggest side in black and black eatery is macaroni and cheese. That's Italian. That's Italian. So we just grabbing on the shit that we ain't got nothing to do with. And that's why people play with us. I keep hot sauce in my pocket. You ain't black if you don't know how to know it, because everybody can tell you what black is but black. because everybody watching black. People don't realize that black is just that bastard child that wants to be accepted.
Come on.
We don't realize that. Black is an American bastard child that wants to be accepted. See, America is the white man. Black is that bastard child. We got rights to the country, but we don't want to take all the rights. Fuck American government. Fuck the government. No, nigga, you a bastard child.
Amen.
You get all the rights to the American government. Just be that bastard child. Everybody else on the world stage wish that they can be you, bastard child, and you don't want to be that bastard child. You want to be Indian. You want to be Hebrew. You want to be African. You want to be Greek. You want to be everything but the bastard child you is, that everybody will give a fucking arm and leg to be who we are.
Man, let me talk Black history. Like I say, this shit ain't deep and this shit ain't old. My daddy went to segregated schools. All his siblings went to segregated schools. They children, which is my generation. See, this ain't deep. People that was born in my daddy's generation, they got a burnt hole on their shoulder. Everybody all over the world, we talking about fucking vaccinations. Go tell your mama, call your mama. If you 62 and older, look on your shoulder. Be real enough to say you got a burnt hole on your shoulder. So them people, children, is the first diamonds that America has really created under pressure. My generation, we went off to college. We smart right now as a black man, understanding that I was cultivated by some real black folk. I go stand in an office full of white people who don't understand or do understand the pressure that I carry in pride and honor, and I rep a fucking yet. And I said loud with my soul, loud with my tone. Goddamn black man. And you can't play with me because I don't want no misunderstanding and I'm unapologetic. But when we don't understand who that is, see, we'll take a Barack Obama, and this ain't no disrespect to Barack Obama. This truth, I'm talking about black was built out of the pressure of America. My grandmama and them paid a price for this shit. So when you take a man who can look like, but ain't got no pressure in him. He was raised in Indonesia. He was raised in Hawaii by white folk. Ain't nothing in him about the pressure that America created to produce diamonds. So when they put this in front of us, and we don't know who we is, we get fairy tales all our life about fucking wolves in sheep clothes, and the wolves can play with us in our clothes, in our tone, in our music, because we done lost fucking sense of what it feel to be black. What it feel. And this shit ain't deep. All the way to a Mason who thinks he got sacred shit. Prince Hall, he ain't got the building pressure of America in his soul. Ain't no leader ever been put before us has had that. And we can think what we want to think about Jesse, but Jesse represented something real. He had it. And I don't know what he paid or what he didn't pay, but that's real. So all this political shit, fuck Trump, fuck any white man, because he got something innately in him to survive. And when I say fuck him, I mean that respectfully. I ain't got to hug him in no manner. I shake his hand in the moment. If that's respect, we don't expect no more than respect. Because when we leave that moment, he can wash his hand like I can wash mine. Fuck else you expecting? Your daddy ain't taught you that. If you my age, your mama and your daddy who was born in goddamn the 50s and the fucking 40s, they ain't taught you that.
I mean, Trav, they used to say
this shit ain't deep, man.
They used
Ain't nobody
to say,
taught you that, goddamn it, man. Hey, man, you wanted me to motherfucking holler. This shit hurt me in my soul. Cause ain't nobody taught us who the fuck we is and what we don't forgot.
they taught us, Trav. What it is we spoil. We, like you said, that diamond is a girl best friend. So if we that diamond, we the first group that's been polished and worshiped and looked over. That Michael Jordan was worshiped. That we've seen this. So what we have is a situation where we forgot. They told us growing up, black man you take 2 steps forward, the white man push you back. You got to be 10 times better than the white man. They told us all this shit. When did we get to the point where we wanted it to be different? Like my granddaddy used to say, boy, you got to take 10 steps, the white man take 1. You starting off behind the 8 ball. They told us this shit. When do all of a sudden a group of refugee slaves in the land say, I want the master's table, goddammit? That's what we're not understanding. We don't realize how blessed and lucky we are because we didn't free our motherfucking selves. We didn't have a revolution and free ourselves and overthrow the government. The white man got a little nicer. And the reason he got nicer, because the white man in the South was making all the money, and the white man in the North said, hey, man, y'all niggas down there got all the natural resources, inventing all this shit, charging the fuck out of us. So y'all need to let them goddamn slaves go. So it's not like we freed ourselves. So I look at this, and I take it back to this. How us as black people. You know that right? And that you got behind you. It represents so many things. You know what I'm saying? And I remember reading some literature saying the Unc was representing a woman squatting down to have a baby. I remember my grandma used to say, yeah, I birthed so many babies in the cotton field. Motherfucker, have a baby, cut the cord and keep working. It won't that hard. You see what I'm saying? It won't that hard. The white woman come along and she's so fucking lazy, she don't even realize, hey, if you're standing up or squatting down, think about how a woman squat down. You see the head and them 2 things sticking out? Think about how a woman looks squatting down. If you squat down, the baby's head automatically, gravity gonna pull it upside down and the head gonna drop first and the baby drop right on out. But the white woman was so lazy, she said, oh, let me lay down and kick my feet up. And you got to do all this goddamn pushing. But in other nations, they don't do all that pushing. They just squat down. My grandma said she delivered 3 of her own children squatting down, just dropped them out of her hand. So now we have a situation where a woman is saying it's still the hardest thing you can ever do, but she can get a shot in her back to take away the pain. She can get meds. And if she don't like laying there too long, they'll cut it out of her. At one time, you didn't have this option. Baby, you better squat down and have that baby or you gonna die. And we acting like it's harder now than it was then. How was them old folks living so much longer with less back then? You know what I'm saying? And I looked, this lady sent me this shit, and I'm gonna let you have it, that fucked me up, right? You know how we say, them old folks, they drank and they did this? Well, back in the day, the lady sent it to me. A Gatorade was sugar, lemon, water, and salt. A Gatorade is 50 chemicals now. So a lot of the stuff that our ancestors were surviving was because they was just doing the plain old shit. I remember I see my granddaddy hot outside working. Hey, boy, come here. Post some salt on my hand. Lick some salt. Drink some water. I ain't know us. I ain't know what that was for. A lot of the shit and customs we getting rid of and don't even know what it's for. We used to drink out a copper glass, a copper pitcher, a copper cup. I ain't know what that shit was for, Grandma. Why we got this ugly cup? I don't want to drink out this ugly cup. I want to drink. Grandma says, good to drink out there. She ain't know why. But it was, scientists tell you it's good to drink out of copper. Scientists say it's good to cook with cast iron instead of using all these goddamn different metals and shit we cooking with now. So what I'm saying is a lot of shit, I don't know why to cook out of cast iron, but I pass it down to my daughter. So it's some type of wealth calculated in these decisions that we make. But not only are we abandoning them, we saying fuck them. Fuck canning veggies. We don't need to do that no more. So it's a lot of stuff that not only are we taking credit for shit that we shouldn't take credit for, we're throwing away the shit that we should hold on to.
Man, we come a long way, Javon. Boy, sometimes I think we went the wrong way, like we talk about evolution in America and Black history. America got a particular history about the white man and his woman. They got a real story. The white woman got a real story. It ain't got nothing to do with us, but she got a story. She stood beside her man, but I don't know if he ever or she ever felt that he had a value in her. You know, a black man could vote before she could. She say, well, baby, you've taught us and the children they ain't shit, but baby, seems like you respect them more than me, baby. How did he get rights for me? He say, well, Sue, we'll get you. I ain't talking about a long time ago. I'm talking about Black history. I'm talking about my grandmama. She was the help for Miss Wright, a psychiatrist. Her Miss Wright husband name was David Wright. Him and his son was one of the first persons in America to sail around the earth in a private boat. 2 doctors. My grandma raised the children to help. They became doctors, dentists, and lawyers. My mama speak because in a way that my mama worked for Miss Wright and them. I remember we was the first person to have Converse in the school. We was associated with Miss Wright and them. So I ain't talking no shit that's make believe, but one thing about Miss Wright had to accept about my grandmama is that her husband trusted black women more than they trusted the mother of their children to cultivate them in their most vital parts of years. He thought that less of his woman.
That's why that bitch so mad and got trying to get everybody on her team against him. Listen, I say that all the time. It's the white woman behind all this shit.
Listen, man. She got to fight. She got to fight. She envied that black woman. And if you married to a black woman who leave the house every day and go fight in that world as a real black woman, and your woman come home to you and talk about the frustration she got to deal with that white woman, just like you got to deal with that white man. This real. But somehow they got our women in their culture. We talk about spiritual warfare. Spirit means breathe. When you inhale, when you take it in, when it ingests and go through your system, it comes out in your expression so much that we want to express ourselves looking like them motherfuckers. We look for love in all the wrong places because we don't understand how to look in the goddamn mirror or look at each other and see God and what's real. So we stand up on TV and fight her fight and cry her cry, trying to look like her. And I say we, I'm talking about all of us, my mama to my goddamn daughter and my wife, all of us. Gotta realize who we is, man.
Granddaddy said they got a disease called a can't hepsis. We can't have it, man. It's crazy. The sad thing about it is when you got somebody that speak against it, he's poor or can't afford it. You know, it's so many things that I've spoke against and people say he can't afford it. I'm like, really? I can't afford it? No, motherfucker, I don't want it. I don't want it, and I'm free. I have a certain level of freedom in my mind from not wanting it. I have a level of freedom in my mind from not wanting certain things. I don't walk around with the pain of wanting a new car. I don't know how that feels. I want a new car so bad. Man, I want some diamonds so bad. I want to do this. I want to go to an NBA game so bad. I want to do this so bad. I don't walk around with that on my head. I'm making an announcement now. I'm quitting my job in the next 3 months. I'm finna go on a saving spree and then I'm out of there. I'm doing my thing. I'm making an announcement now. I got to believe in myself. I was sitting in my car, side note, and I was mulling it over in my head and mulling it over in my head. And something in me said, Javon, you know, there are people that leave and go to another part of this country to chase their dreams. There are people that leave, get in their car, they ain't got but $300, and they ride in their little raggedy car, and they drive to another state, and they say, I'm chasing my dreams. And my wife said, boy, all you got to do is stay here in your own house, in the comfort of your own home. Chase your dreams. If things start going wrong, pick up another job. Do something. You ain't going to let your family starve. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a situation where if I was tied to a certain level of materialism, I couldn't step out on my faith to do that. And that's just me. Everybody do their own thing. But man, you know, it's crazy because you said that shit earlier, and ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do to get around this. That goddamn chicken has a destiny, and it's going on a motherfucking plate. And as black people, that's what made me mad. Think about this. When Trump said black jobs, black people got so mad. We know exactly what a black job is.
Come on, man.
It's the shit we did post-slavery. Carpentry, electrician, cutting grass, heating and vac, anything industrial. That was our jobs.
Come on, man.
Now, when Trump said black jobs, we want to give y'all black jobs back. They call that racist. This man said, I can't read like y'all. And they quiet.
Come on, man.
Take us home, man.
Black history. Black power. Everybody playing like they for black power. What is black power? Black power is the black family, the mother, the father, and their children. It's oppression, the nucleus of that, whether it be stereotypes or double standards. It makes us better. It makes us real. It makes us strong. So much in a way that it built the strongest nation. We the diamonds. Your religion is your name. Your religion is your name. A religion is a group of discipline and principles that one adhere to and follow for guidance. See, my name is Perry. My name is Forte. There's men and men and men that cultivated a principle, a standard, a certain level of discipline. My granddaddy used to say, what's your name? Who your people? Because if he understood your name, he knew your religion. I'm talking about your principles. Your religion is your name. Your reason. Old folk used to say, you ain't got no business over there. I could go anywhere in this city. People say, man, I remember you couldn't go over there. I say, man, I could go anywhere. He said, how you feel or why you felt like you could? Because I had family everywhere and I only went where I had a reason. And when I walk in reason, I don't feel shit. I had business. But if I ain't had no real business over there, yeah, that's where victims happen. See how that works? Mm-hmm. But your name is your religion. As long as my name good. You understand how this works, but I want y'all to understand, if you got to identify other than your name, Because when you go fill out an application, it asks you ethnicity. It says, are you African American, Hispanic, white? It go all the way down, and it even give you the choice to not answer, but I'm going to answer that motherfucker every time because you're going to see my name and you're going to know I'm a black man. And I color in the lines in real life with every experience I get after that. But if you got to identify with more than that, in this moment, going forth, don't you say a goddamn thing about black power. If you ain't trying to go, understand, rebuild, connect, or keep a man, a woman, and their children together and fight that fight, don't you say a goddamn thing about black power. Negative is necessary. How old you get? If you've been together 40 years, the game's still on. You got to wake up every day, run the play. She need things for her soul. You need things for your soul. Y'all got to depend on what each other need to be efficient and sufficient. If one of y'all understand or lose the connection, it starts to not work. You got to work every day for the rest of your life. That's black power.
And there it is, man. And you summed it up, man, because anybody with any sense know destroying our family destroyed everything. Because black folks been poor forever. Black folks been poor and uneducated forever. My granddaddy couldn't barely read. He said, boy, let me make my mark. I remember my granddaddy got sick when he was older, and he sent me to the store in his truck, and I won't even drive it yet, about 14, 15, and he had a check. And he said, go up to the store and get these things. And he gave me a check. And I said, Granddad, I can't sign your name. He said, boy, just make my mark. And I never forget when I got to the store and I got all the shit. I put it on the counter later for the white lady. She said, you gonna make his mark? I said, I don't know how to make his mark. She said, he just make an X. Ain't that some shit? But that goddamn X, he couldn't write his own fucking name. You ever notice that? Let me say something quick before we get out. You ever notice when you was a kid and you got a signature from a doctor? Mm-hmm. When a doctor's signature, it don't look nothing like his real name. Mm. If his name Trav Perry, you might notice the T and the Y on the end of that motherfucker. Mm. Reason being because a doctor made a mark because he didn't want you to be able to fake that prescription. So when that prescription come back to him, he know good and goddamn well, no, you ain't do that. That ain't my mark. So my granddaddy mark was like a little X. And but that motherfucking check cashed just like anybody else because she knew who he was. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Trav, we gonna get on up out of here, man. I had a wonderful show, man. I think this is a beautiful show. Sometime I feel like I say to myself, are we too angry? Are we too sad? Or is it? But this is just what the fuck is going on, man. I don't know how to talk about nothing else. That shit pissed me off, man. I mean, I don't know how to come on here and say, the Grammys this week. I don't give a fuck about the Grammys, man.
Let me tell you some real shit. Like we say, being frustrated, under pressure as a man, this shit real out here, dog. And I cherish this moment, like you say, to just get on here and fucking express myself. Let my ego go in a roaring way. Because in real life, man, cause and effect is real. And it's like understanding your strength and your power to know you can't go full force all the time because you can hurt people. So that shit real as a man. And after being polite all day, respectful all day, being the bigger person, letting my ego die in moments because my consciousness says, man, you above that, man. Don't you got to rise above? And I defeat all of these type of things that frustrate me in this moment. In some moments, whether it be at the barbershop or on the phone, be unapologetic to tell the truth from your soul. It's necessary. So don't apologize. And it's a million podcasts. It's everywhere where people saying every goddamn thing. But I know what we say, and especially what I say, is way deeper than what you hear. I think it's something powerful in what you feel.
Well, look, y'all, before we get out of here, I'm just making an announcement. Like I said, I'm about to be transitioning so I can be free during the day. Barrels and Bubbles is coming back when I quit my job. I'm specifically quitting it for that. I feel like me teaching Barrels and Bubbles is what's going to keep me alive. It's my passion. I love to teach my people. I love to see my people grow and manifest. And you know what I'm saying? Third shift it's been long enough for me. You know what I'm saying? As far as leaving my house at night, leaving my family, which I'm not saying vulnerable, but you know, as a man that's not in the house, last night it really summed it up. All it takes is last night I was walking in my bedroom, my ceiling fan was running, and I just felt like I heard it shake a little bit, and I looked up and I said, "Let me turn this off." And when I pulled the cord to turn it off, the whole goddamn fan fell out the goddamn ceiling on me, and it was spinning and it hit me. I said, damn, that's right over top of my wife's bed. That shit could have fell on my wife, could have fell on my daughter. And when it hit, it was like the cord, the whole fan fell down. And then I turned the power off in the bedroom. And, you know, when I cut the goddamn cord, it must have been some power left in that motherfucker, because that motherfucker sparked and burnt them scissors up. I don't know why the fuck it ain't hurt me, but that was my way of saying, like, man, I that could have easily happened. Yeah. You know, me not being on my watch. Exactly. So it was just the thing that it's the thing that made me make the decision. My granddaddy used to say this: either hell no or hell motherfucking yes. Yeah. And if it don't feel like neither one, it ain't neither one. Yeah. So that moment last night, I got that goddamn hell yes. Hell yes. It's time to go. It's time to go. It was that clear to me. And I said to myself, you know, working third shift, I gained some weight. I ain't sleeping as much as I want to. When I was home the last couple of days, my wife said it felt so good having you sleeping in the bed. You know, and my daughter slept in her room, because when I'm not in the house at night, my wife want to hit her. So she sleep in the bed with her. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on where me and my mind saying, hey man, this is the most I've ever been paid in my life on a job, and the easiest job I ever had in my life. But I cannot allow that to make me say I'm gonna keep leaving my motherfucking house at night. So yeah, I'm about to bust a move, man. I'm about to bust a move.
That's real, man.
Well, y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Tomorrow, me and Miss Carla gonna be here for Random Waving Ranges. And y'all check out my boy Trav Thursday night on Facebook, Hero Training. Come on. Y'all know what time I like to say. Peace.